Now we're ready to actually start finding the volume. So find this volume, and this is when we're given the radius. So specifically when we have the line that goes from the center to the edge. And all we do is we write down our formula because it's the volume of a cylinder. That formula came from the previous page, right? So we just write down the formula, we replace the numbers. Now it says find the volume of the cylinder round to the nearest tenth. All right, so this is where we're not going to leave the pi the whole time. We're going to actually use the pi button on our calculator. So first, we write the formula. Second, we replace the r with 5. We replace the height right here, 8.3, and then we just calculate. So that is going to come to 2075.5. And now we can multiply that by pi. The pi button is the 4th button down on the left column of your calculator. And that comes to 651.8804756. And that's still an approximation because we could go even more digits, but it says nearest tenth, so we're going to cut it here. This 8 tells the 8 before it to the left of it to round up. So that's going to be 651.9. All right, and it's cubic centimeters because volume is always measured in cubic units. Okay, moving on. Try the example. The check. Try the check. Here we go. All right, so it's a volume of a cylinder. So we use volume of a cylinder, which is pi r squared h. And we're going to replace, it says nearest tenth, so we're going to calculate eventually, but we're going to replace the r with, right here, from the center to the edge of the circular base, so that's 1.5 squared, and then h is going to be 8. So now we have to calculate. We can leave the pi in there, and we're going to get right here, we get exactly 18. So if we wanted to write the exact answer with an equal sign instead of an approximately symbol, we would just write it as 18 pi. Now, it didn't say to do that, but this right here is the exact answer. All right, but what we want to do is to multiply that by pi, and that comes to, now we can approximately, we flip it over to that squiggly equal sign, and we get 56.5 because there's a 4 after the answer in the problem, and then we're going to say cubic centimeters. Okay, or you can do the symbol centimeters to the third as an abbreviation. All right, so hopefully you're catching on quickly. Let's go to the next page. All right, so example 2. Not too bad here. Find the volume given the diameter. Now, well, let's remind ourselves, if the center of a circle to the edge is called the radius, and the diameter goes edge through the center to the other edge, right, from the edge to the center to the other edge. Okay, that means if they give you the diameter, we just have to divide it by 2 before we plug it in for radius. Okay, so it says find the volume of the cylinder with a diameter of 16 and a height of 20. Express your answer in terms of pi. This is an important phrase here. Underline that. That means they want the exact answer. Okay, so now the diameter of a radius is 16. Okay, so this is important. The height of the cylinder. Since you are given the diameter, first find the radius. The radius is 8. Why? Because 16 divided by 2 equals 8. All right, so that should be pretty simple. If they give you the diameter, divide it by 2, and then plug it in. So now that's going to be 8 squared, and we're going to substitute in the height of 20. That gives you a value of 1280. 1280 pi, and you leave the pi because of this phrase here, in terms of pi. All right, try that check and see how you do. Here we go. Hopefully you're doing all right. They give us the diameter, so we got to divide it by 2 and get 4. Plug that in here and put the height in of 8 inches. When we simplify this part, we get 128. We flip it around so the numbers before